Greetings, friends. It's me, Wayman, and this is a redo video on Hebrew poetry that I could not read before, but I wanted to do it now. And this is from Samuel ha-Nagid, 993 to 1054, I believe. And he brought, I believe, the style of Arabic poetry into Hebrew, which is pretty interesting. So this is a poem by him, Heaven and Earth. I survey the heavens and the stars. I look at the earth with its creeping creatures, and I understand in my heart that they were all intricately fashioned. Look up at the sky, like a tent whose clasps are joined to it by loops, the moon and the stars. Like a shepherdess grazing her flock in a pasture, the moon among the sweeping clouds, like a ship sailing with raised penitence. A cloud, like a girl walking through a garden, watering the myrtles. A cloud of dew, like a maiden shaking the drops from her hair onto the ground. But the earth's inhabitants are like an army pitching its tents for a night, looting the local granaries, and all flee before the terror of death, like a dove chased by a hawk. All are doomed to be like earthenware plate, which has been smashed to bits. So, what I like about this poem is the idea of the shepherdess and the watering of the myrtles. The myrtles shows up quite a bit in Old Testament literature. It's beautiful, and you should check that out. Do a search on it. Also, in Greek poetry, especially in the Iliad and the Odyssey, the idea of the shepherd and flocks and sheep were used quite a bit as metaphors. And there's another poem that he did. I'm not going to read it here, but you can take the time to read it. It's very moving. It's The Fear of Death. It's quite long, but at the end of that poem, if you get a chance to read it, it says this: "But perhaps an angel will speak up in my favor to lighten my sins and add weight to my virtues. He will remind my rock, as I am being judged, that I pored over the scriptures and expounded the law, and I shall then hear, God has already approved what you have done. Thus shall the scales be tipped, and my good deeds will outweigh my crimes. Dying, I shall rejoice that I am being taken by the glory of God, and I shall rejoice as my moon and my sun are taken away." That's a beautiful ending. And of course, we have the idea of the scales and the weighing of the fates, which is pretty interesting. So, hopefully you liked the remake. Not a long video, but I just thought that it was quite beautiful. This was from the book, Penguin Book of Hebrew Verse. And if you can pick this up, this is a pretty good text. Take care, friends. And remember, if everybody's thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking